Hello, everybody. I'm back. It's Joanna. My space in your place. It's been a long time since I've been on camera, and I couldn't help but come and give you a shout out today with a little something. So, before I get started, you know what to do. Like, share, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, it's been a while since I came to do a video, and so much has happened since I done one, and you start to feel guilty. You know, when you have subscribers. I think I did the video on the light-skinned man. I got so many people in my DM. They didn't really understand. It was the title, I think, that got them. It wasn't the information of the story. It was the title that caused people to start commenting. In case you didn't know, those that were, taking offense that you were light-skinned and you wouldn't do people like that, or dark-skinned men, how dirty they treat women, or some women understood and they say it was a term called color struck or something like that in the back in our days. But all I know, I just call it the light-skinned man, because the man that did that to me just happened to be light-skinned. But I have nothing against light-skinned people, But yeah, that I thought that was kind of not funny, but interesting that I got so many comments on that particular video, the light-skinned man, when I've done so many videos that one was just not even up to, I just did that one. I shared that one with you. But anyway, I appreciate your comments and continue to comment. And for that one person that if you are watching that you notice that you cannot comment on one of my videos, when the sexless marriage, no, I think it was tips on sex, and you decided to write a porno story. That wasn't allowed, and you would never be able to even comment on any of my videos again. And that's that, because I think I said that I am a person that I can get along with just about anybody. I have put up with just about anything if you've been following my channel and listening at my stories. So I can put up with a lot of stuff except for somebody coming onto my channel and writing a porno rated X bunch of trash garbage to offend people, either men or women, that my subscribers, and you wasn't even a subscriber. And so that's not allowed. And moving right along, I've been doing research, and for those of you who didn't know that I've enrolled in the university here in Alaska to complete my degree in social work. Okay, so that's my story, and picked up a little COVID weight on the way. Yeah, I think everybody has, but I'm trying to gain grips on that. And then I want to catch up on 2 weeks ago, I took a great spill here in my house. I have hardwood floors, and I want to warn you all, anybody, it doesn't have to be because of my age, but anybody that will spray any kind of air freshener in the air and you got hardwood floors, and then you forget about it and step onto it if you got bare feet, you coming down. And that's what happened to me. I fell, and the fall was so hard until it knocked the wind out of me. It was unexpected. You know, it came from nowhere. Imagine you taking a step, and that's how quick things can happen. And you take for granted, you know, how you put off today, say I get to it tomorrow, that tomorrow, things that I should have done like that not that day before I fell, I put it off until that day I failed. It hadn't even got done as today. Okay, now I'm going to get into a conversation, you'd say. Not really a story, but this has been brought to my attention by several adults that are taking care of, believe this, their great-grands. And I'm talking about, when you say great-grand, you think a person is really old, and no. I'm talking about a great-grand that's in their early 70s. Yeah. And great-grand, grands, and mothers having to deal with, we're going to say, the burden of taking care of. Remember I did the story of adult mothers or parents taking care of adult mentally ill children or children with disabilities? Well, this is a new topic. What about mothers or grandmothers or great-grandmothers having to deal with their children, you know, even their children, their grandchildren and great-grandchildren that is incarcerated? That is something. And it's a growing type of thing that's going on. Having to actually conduct business for this person, being the administrator, the voice, or whatever, the legs, or whatever you might call it on the outside for these people that are incarcerated. And that has brought up some issues with me. As you know, that's what kind of started me back on the educational trail to complete my education in sociology, social work, so that I will have a degree behind action, or I could be invited into certain things that are going on in the state, even the country, or wherever I go, being a voice for people. But I have a word of encouragement for those that are having to actually deal with having a loved one that is incarcerated, and you're having to get in touch with the lawyers, send them money, or contact, whatever you're doing for this individual, can become overwhelming. And we don't have in the system. See, let me tell you, singing. If you go back to all my videos, you know that I am a follower of Christ. Okay, I'm a believer. And sin has all kind of faces, and it takes shape. It can take shapes. And that's what happened when we start falling out of order in our lives, our personal lives, in our community, in society as a whole, in our nation. We don't have in place things. It's so much distraction going on in the world all over until the people are not even noticing what's going on in their own homes or communities. And there is no advocate system set up for a parent, a grandparent, a wife, or any kind of caretaker of someone that's disabled, incarcerated. Think about it now. The government, we as citizens of the United States, find the damnedest things to fight about. We find everything to divide ourselves. We divide ourselves. And when you divide yourself, you're not taking time to realize what's going on under your nose. Why are you spending energy on this, that, and the other, on stuff that really is not for the regular Joe people like me and my viewers. You know, people that with real lives, making 100,000 or less, you know, struggling, those type of people. But then they're mouthing off with stuff that really, you can do that till you drop, and it's going to not change. And 9 times out of 10, all those people that you fighting with, they are buddies, but you are divided. You're not taking care of your communities. You're not realizing that you have a neighbor, be it whatever nationality, that is struggling because they're having to be the voice or the advocator for people that they need help, money. Billions of dollars are coming into communities, and you don't have any say-so on what for what. But you really know that there's a need for what? Some kind of advocacy program put up for people that need help, that help others in there. You know, because if you just left it up to the system for your loved ones, 9 times out of 10, you won't get equality, fairness, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Please don't take this, don't go there race, because this go for any race of any kind that is incarcerated or mental or whatever, that you are responsible, being a parent or grandparent or great-grandparent, but it's the burden has fallen on you when you should have your heels cocked up on a beach somewhere drinking a drink with an umbrella in it. You know what I'm saying? And relaxing, but no, you having to advocate or do this and doing all this, you know, you being distracted. Here you got some more on your plate, you know. Well, what I'm saying is, speak out if you are one of those people that I'm talking about. Tell somebody in your community. Pick up a phone and call the city commissioner's office and ask them if they have an advocate's office for you. Maybe, I don't know how you might do it where you are, but you need to be active with things that really matter. We've come away from family matters, and we've taken to so many other things that it's going to happen whether you participate or not, like that. And we need to bring things home, and then a lot of people are having to deal with things that at ages when they shouldn't. They should be at a resting age, or you know, relaxing or something like that, but they having to. One lady say, can you believe it, her great grand is 21 years old, and this woman is 74, is incarcerated in her problem. Her grand, I mean, it goes on and on and on. I've talking to so many ladies, and yeah. So don't be discouraged if this is happening to you. Try to reach out in the community. Try to maybe form some type of group, like they have the bereaving places. If when you lost a loved one, if you could get some kind of group like parents or caretakers of adult or children or grands or whatever children, and that you can become a part of. It doesn't have to necessarily be grieving. You know what I'm saying? Let's do that before it get grieving, because they might be grieving for you if you don't take care of yourself. As for me, you guys, when I took that fall about 2 weeks ago, I really opened my eyes up. I realized that God, my mind has been like on the wrong things. For what I'm talking about, I was so caught up in what was going on and all this politics and stuff like that. I was losing focus on that. That's a part of the world. And then that with other things, being a mother and trying to get in school, back in, to complete my education at my age, and finding out that here you are, donating and contributing to funds, people, in churches. Then you go to file your taxes, and they can't take any of that. Anything that's outside the country, they have certain, in case you don't know it, before you do like I did, giving out money, so much money, trying to build up that charity base for your taxes. Then you go to sit before the tax man, and he tell you, look it on the list, that's not on the list. Or if it's out of the country, that is not, it's got to be some big organizations like the Red Cross, or, like that. You finding out that all your contributions, I'm not going to say have been in vain. I wouldn't dare say that, because you gave from your heart and you gave as was needed. And but you find out that now, but you still got to pay your taxes, and even more, because you can't. They won't even take that, the money from the church or the other charities, even though it was a lot. They wouldn't even take it. And that was a slap in the face for me. But you have to know how to go on and, you know, don't stop, carry on, and you know, don't give up, don't give in, and don't give out. Now, let me see. You know I miss you, don't you? I miss you all, and my subscribers. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't have gotten up to do a video. I tell you, and my brother from Guyana. He pushes me to do videos, to continue to do videos because he's from America. He's an American, but he's traveling over Africa doing videos and stuff like. I'm not traveling doing. I have my little video like this, but I will when time permit, when weather permit, and God permit, I will be starting like I promised you guys. All the video that I got doing my flights, the drone flights and stuff. Summertime is coming. I'm going to be going camping this year, and I'm going to be going out of Anchorage, going in, going north and going into the woods and doing, shooting. I went to the big outpost weekend last week, 2 weeks ago, with my grandson to buy all his fishing. Well, some he already got his. So he's a fisherman. He's only 11 years old, but he's a really, really fisherman, a camper and a fisherman. And so he had to go get all his fly fishing gear. So he got that, and we got the kayaks ready. So I still got to get my tent. They call me the New York the Hollywood camper. I have to have everything, up to date in the campsite. But that's all right. You just go out there for to be with your family. Okay. Let me see. There's a lot of things going on in the world that we're going to have to stay focused, okay? Just stay focused, stay prayed up, and I want to say, could I say just a little something? You know how I felt when I got my revelation. My eyes were open about what was going on in the churches, with the churches, and all over. Well, we've been, since, the virus, people have started going back into the buildings, the temples, all over, worshiping. And still, they're wearing their masks and being apart and everything like that. Well, I just got one little thing to say, and maybe this might help. If you have a minister or whoever you have that's like, he's preaching a sermon or whatever he's doing, and he's trying to like coerce you, like say amen and saying things like, what's wrong with you today? Do I have to repeat myself? I want to tell the pastors, if anybody listening, I think that's very unfair. And I don't think that should even be said to a congregation. I've still got my eyes on side eye on the churches. Go back on my video and you'll see what I mean. But I'm watching you from off afar to see if I got revelation last year and I got 2020 vision, what was you doing when I was praying and reading and getting vision about how things and where we went wrong and stuff like that and correcting our situation? I still am watching from the sidelines, trying to tell people to say amen. Let me tell you, you be grateful that you got people up in their church at this time. Still people not coming in there. So just be grateful to God and tell the saints and friends that are in the congregation, I am thankful for you that took your time to come out this Sunday to worship and be together and like this and go on with your sermon. You ain't got to try to prompt people to say, man, number one, they got a mask on, and you don't know how people feeling. Half of the people's out of work, so preach, feed the souls. Let me tell you, when you strike the note, when they hear the truth, amen will immediately come out of a person. Do you know that? Maybe you don't know that when a person hear the truth, a quick amen will come. And you do not have to coerce anyone. No. And the people saying amen are seasoned saints. I don't know if you'll ever learn, but I don't, you know what I'm saying? And I don't have time to teach. I really don't, because I'm dealing with my personal life and stuff and grants and all that stuff like that. I used to just worry just about the church. That, no, honey. But I'm just giving you a pointer. Stop this. Can I get an amen? And some of you, some of the pastors are doing real well. And then one that was doing real good, he got shot. I heard where he was killed. So it the rural, honey. And a lot of stuff is happening since I'm shooting this video right now. Okay, a lot of stuff has happened. Okay, they having a systemic racism against the Asians. And stuff like that. And I, my heart go out to you because believe me, I understand what it feels to be taunted. So my heart go out with you and my prayers are with you or anybody that's being treated any way but right. Like God want us to treat each other. Okay, you guys. I love you all, and don't forget to like. If you look at my video and even say, oh, that's Miss Joanna, and you take the time, just check in on me, see what I'm saying, press the like button. And then subscribe to my channel. Yeah, subscribe to my channel. That way, when I do upload a video, you know that I've uploaded a video. And I always try to subscribe to my fellow YouTubers, to all my fellow YouTubers out there. Everybody's doing a good job. The YouTubers, the African-American YouTubers that are all over in different parts, Tanzania, Guyana, you know where you are. Shout out to you guys. And the other YouTubers, Brooke Ashley, and it's just so many. I appreciate you all, and you have been keeping me really entertained, I tell you, because I'm new to the game. I'm new to all of this, and I started it last year because of the COVID, and you know my story. And so that I just want to come on because of the growing, this growing thing about parents taking care of children, whether it be grands or great-grands or whatever, incarcerated or with mental illnesses. Check in on people. Check in instead of can I get an amen and all that in church. See about your church members. I'm quite sure you know which one of them have grandchildren or children or mentally ill children in jail or taking care of them. That's what you need to do, I think. But anyway, I love you guys very much, and I'm gonna not take so long. I know it's been a long time, but I've been watching other stations, and everybody is doing a great job. And I'm not gonna get into too much of that other kind of the sadness about some things that are happening. But anyway, everybody keep your head up. And winter, Easter is almost here. Winter will soon be behind us for Alaska, and we're gonna start getting out. Then I could go to the doctor to make sure. I haven't been yet, believe it or not, to see about if my leg. I'm using a crutch and a cane and anything else. Yep, and sometimes I forget that when I get out of bed, I actually forget that my knee is messed up, and I almost go down. So I have to keep my cane on my bed to remind me, don't jump up, because if I jump, because I live in, it's kind of secluded, and if I have something around my neck, nobody would know that I was down. So anyway, you pray for me, and I pray for you, and I love you guys very much, and that's because I'm sitting here, because I do care about you. And let's stay strong. We are almost out of this. I think I know we're gonna be all right. Yeah, we're gonna be all right. So let's stay in prayer for one another, help one another, see about your neighbors, call a friend, check in on your mothers. And I'm gonna go back to that about children and their parents. How I'm gonna give you a checklist to see if you know how your kids are so quick to say how much they love their mom or their parents or something like that. Well, I'm gonna give a checklist, and then you're gonna check off the list. It is a list, not to make you feel bad, to take a back step to just see, am I doing right by my parents, my elderly parents, or whatever, like that. But anyway, I love you guys, and until the next video, be kind to one another, check on your neighbor, call somebody, and don't pressure people to say amen in church like that. They will say amen when they hear the truth. All right. God bless you, and have a great day. Bye-bye.